This week we've practiced reading and writing 12 words. 3 words a day for 4 days. That's 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Now I wonder how many of them you can read. Have you been practicing them? I am going to hold them up and I want to see if you can remember all 12 words. Are you ready? It. On. An. In. Pin. And. Mad. Dad. Sat. At. Mat. Sad. Should we check those 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Who can read 12 words? If you can, I'd like you to show me by practicing them at home with your own flashcards that you've made, videoing them and sending it to me to see. If you can do 3 of them or 6 of them, you can do that too. Show me what you can do. I'd love to see it. Now today, we're going to write a whole sentence using some of the words that we have learnt this week. We're going to sound them out, we're going to write them out, and we're going to think about putting finger spaces in. So the sentence that we're going to write today is, Dad sat on it. Okay, so Dad is one of the words we've done this week. D-a-d. So on your whiteboards, and I want you to be ready with this and pause it if you need to while we're doing it, is I would like to start with Dad. Dad. D-a-d. Dad. And then the next word that we need is sat. Sat. But before we write sat, we need to make sure we've got a space after dad. Okay, so we're going to write sat. S-a-t. So we've written here, Dad sat. Next word, on. Okay, so let me find on. I've got it here. On. So we need to make sure we've got a space there. On. On. So we've written Dad sat on. And the final word of our sentence is it. It. And there's a space between each word to separate them out. Let's read it together. Dad sat on it. That's 4 words. But you know, when we write a sentence, we need something called a capital letter at the beginning of it. So at the beginning of dad, it's not a lowercase d, like we've learned. It's a capital D. There's a straight line and a curve for a capital D. So we're going to change dad to look like that. Dad. It's the same word, it just starts with a capital D instead of a lowercase d. Dad. And we'll continue our sentence. Sat on it. But at the end of the sentence this time, we need a full stop, and the full stop is a little dot that goes down there at the end. It's not a huge blob. You have to be able to see it, but it's just a small dot at the bottom. And every time you write a sentence, it ends in a full stop. Let's read it together. Dad sat on it. Now, I don't know what Dad has sat on. Could be anything. Could it be a pin? Could it be a chair? Could it be a whoopee cushion? Could it be a toy? I don't know. So what I want you to do, once you've written Dad sat on it in your jotter, is I want you to draw a picture of a dad sitting on something. If you can post it to Seesaw, I'll give you some feedback. Have fun.